Cindy. Welcome back to Tuesday 10 here at Studioloo. So Tuesday 10, in case you've never seen it before, is my way of using things up that I keep in a big basket at the back of my desk. It's random things like packaging, book pages, and yeah, I have to keep making until I've used up these 10 things. So today's 10 random things are this really pretty bag that I kept. I don't remember where it came from, but it says, give extra love to Mother Nature, reuse me. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. After all, it has been Earth Day this past week. Then I have this jelly printed index from an old music book. This is a magazine page with a piece of art on it called Exotica with some poppies. This is another magazine page that has these trees on like one of those room dividers. This is from a children's fairy tale book. It's an illustration of the story of Rapunzel. Another magazine page with like a forest with some like lines going through it. These are a couple of like antelopes or something from an old nature book. This is a double page of this large old children's book. It was from a Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod book. And this is the story of the Dicky Bird by Eugene Field. And I just love the illustrations, but I also love this text a lot. So, and then I have one of these cellophane bags to use up. And this image of like a very burbling kind of whirlwind with like smoky clouds and stuff. I don't know what's going on here. And then this is from one of the Fleur magazines from Holland that I got quite some time ago. And I really like this image. So let's just maybe start with what I think right now I'm finding the most challenging will be this bag. So let's see where this goes. Okay. I am actually super tired today. I think I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by like having a really busy week last week, and also just like I know I still have a lot to do, and I have a lot of projects on the go right now, and a bunch of other things just kind of sitting in my memory banks that I need to deal with. So yeah, it has been a busy week, but it's been a good week. Like we've done some outdoor stuff, which was nice. I took my daughter to a movie yesterday, was that yesterday? No, that was a few days ago, I should say. By the time this airs, it will be a few days, but it was actually great. It's the first time we've decided to go to the theater to see a film since the whole situation started, and I have to say, like, it was good and also bad because we had pretty much the whole theater to ourselves, which was awesome. So we felt okay, like unmasking and having a snack and a drink, which was good. And the movie was my daughter's choosing. It was Sonic 2 because she's a huge fan of Sonic the Hedgehog right now. And I have to say, it actually was, it was pretty good. I have to say, it's like a very funny, well made for what it is kind of kids movie. It's not the kind of thing that as a parent you have to like sit through and, you know, kind of feel like miserable because, yeah. All right, I'm going to try to find something in this book, The Springs of Joy by Tasha Tudor, that I think would go nicely with this. It's very staticky, which I don't like. I also might use some old book page, just kind of working out what we're going to do here. So yeah, we went to see the movie. It has like Idris Elba and like Shamar Moore in it, and like, yeah, most of the acting, I'd say with the exception of one of the actresses, is actually really good. And then I've been outside a lot. The weather's kind of been all over the place. It's been a weird April. Well, that's nice. Let's go with that one. So I don't want this to become enormous. Yeah, and I'm working on sort of like several journals in the background right now. I know I haven't been making a lot of tutorial videos, as well as you know, like make along with me kind of videos on the journals I'm working on. I've just kind of been like putting the flip throughs up. That has a lot to do with just, it's really busy for me right now, so I don't have a lot of time for those extra videos, and I really want to focus on the ones that are sort of my weekly scheduled ones. I didn't have my Friday, I think my Friday book haul this past week because there wasn't one to speak of. Since then, however, I did pick up an estate auction, so there will be videos next week about thrifting. But yeah, I suspect things are going to get back to normal pretty soon now, because I've had like my big busy week of things that absolutely had to get done. Use these as little kind of tucks. Set those aside. I think I'll make like little tuck spots out of those for a page. That'd be really cute. So yeah, I think that things will get back to normal because my really busy week is over. I got all of the work done that I had to do for a specific thing for work. So I'm not going to be like working into the evening again like I have been. Also, my children had some kind of like a minor cold last week. It wasn't the forbidden cold. I did test them. But it was just like an inconvenient kind of thing. Cause like, I don't know, my daughter is 5, so it's not so bad, but my son is 2, and like 2-year-olds, when they're sick, they're just like these volcanoes of all terrible things. Like, they don't like sneeze neatly into a Kleenex. It just does not go that way. So yeah, without providing too many terrible details, that was my week. I feel like I want to put this as like a background, so I just get like a little bit of this pretty bag in behind. It's so cute. And then this piece, I don't know if I could do some kind of a sack with it maybe. It's a weird material, like it's like a really smoothie plastic, and I'm not sure if it will deal well with being stitched. I don't know. But we can try, right? I can make that into a sack and we'll try. We'll see. So yeah, let's go ahead and add glue to this. Thinking this will be like a really cute kind of freeform journal pocket. I like to use this maybe on the sack. So I need some more firm paper to glue that down onto. And I'm just going to use this old Hansel and Gretel book cover from my scraps over here. And then I'm just going to cover a little around the edge of this, just going slightly past where the image that I glued down is, because I want to retain a bit of that plastic bag. And as always, everything gets stitched at the very end, so no worries there about if things don't want to stay down. Yeah, it just kind of gives that cute like violet backing there. So there's that, and then I can fussy cut this moth, but I don't think I will. Also, this is quite glued to that now, so it's going to go bye-bye. But I will pull it apart because these two things get recycled differently, and I have to sort them differently. I actually may. I just had a thought about this. So if I put the bag like this, the problem is it doesn't have that much structure. So what if I cover it in glue here? I just glue it down on here like so. And then that will give it a little more backing structure as a sack that I can stick down. So, you know what? I think I'll take a stitch break so I could put the main part of this together. It's a little difficult to, you know, materialize until I've stitched it. So just give me one moment. Okay, so I'm back. I got this one stitched. So what I did was, before I folded the front piece of plastic over, I just opened it up and I stitched some lace here to the back. It's just a coffee dyed eyelet lace. Then I also glued on the little saying here that I wanted to put on, the little Edgar Allan Poe. And then I'm just going to cut around. I closed up the bag and then I stitched the 3 bottom edges, the 2 sides and the bottom rather. I just want to give this kind of a free-form shape. There we go. Okay, so now we have a little sack so we can put something inside of here. That would be super cute. So let's just fold this little book page here and see, we have a sack. And those can go very sweetly together. I will stitch around this, but I didn't want to do it yet. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so let's get this little baggie here. I think I might use that as the background for the baggie. And then we need something in the foreground probably to make this interesting. So I think what I will do is just kind of here to here to here. Okay. Just make a rough cut of what I want in the background here. And then we'll open up the bag. Okay, put that down. Okay, so now we've got our background here, and we just need something in the foreground. Maybe, maybe I'll go with Tasha Tudor again, because I'm not seeing anything immediately in my scraps. So let's see if there isn't something in here. That's pretty cute, that little boy and the dog and the flowers. It's hard to use these pages because they're like double-sided cute. So I like to use them in signatures instead. But if there's like one side that I'm not, oh, you know what, I think there is. I'm not chuffed about this side. Oh, and there's a little girl feeding a goat. Oh, so hard to decide. Because that's cute, but it also, let me see, would also take up, I think, the whole image maybe. But not in a bad way. Let's just go for it. Don't hoard your books. Is my big challenge in life. Let's try to tear this out here. We live as a dream alone. Oh, that's kind of sad. I'm not going to include that. But I will keep it as a word snippet for something else. But not for this piece because it's a little dark. What else is new exciting that I have to talk about? I don't know, we spent a lot of time at playgrounds lately, which has been okay. I have kind of a mixed love-hate relationship with playgrounds. And tell me if you can relate. Okay, so I love that the kids love going to playgrounds, and I like to make that possible as often as I can. I don't love that, like, sometimes I find that, like, playgrounds can create a lot of awkwardness. Like, first of all, a lot of older kids have, like, zero patience or understanding that little kids really want to play with them, and also, like, they're fragile little beings. They can't, like, you know, do the same physical things that big kids can. And I don't expect bigger kids to fully understand that. And I also don't expect them to, like, you know, give their time to little kids. I don't expect any of that. But it is challenging because, like, you end up with this very confused or heartbroken little kid who's just, like, you know, they really want to play with these, like, people who seem like little iconic little, that bridge between being a kid and an adult. And yeah, I can find that a little uncomfortable sometimes to kind of explain. And then sometimes, like, the way that your children play isn't the way that other children play. And then, like, parents add a whole other, you know, I bet it wouldn't be nearly as chaotic if there were no parents. And I say that from an emotional standpoint because I think parents have, and I include myself in this statement, I think parents have this kind of, like, you know, we worry about all sorts of things for kids. We just worry about, like, are they going to get physically hurt? Are they going to get their feelings hurt? Are they going to be exposed to, like, some way that, you know, we don't want them to be exposed to, like, certain kinds of conversations that we don't agree with? Or I don't know, like, there's a lot that can kind of go on, and I'm trying my best to just, like, stand back and, like, let my kids have, well, at least my daughter. My son's a little too young for, like, that much autonomy, but I do try to stand back and, like, let my daughter socialize and find out that, you know, sometimes kids want to play with her and other times they don't because they have their own agendas or they're older and they just, it's not for them, you know. So, but it's tough, you know. But I mean, I do really like interacting with a lot of kids. It's nice because at the end of the day, I really believe that kids are awesome. And so, yeah, I'm happy to always be able to hang out with lots of kiddos. And I've met some great people, like some nice parents, like, especially lately, I've met some really nice parents. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, I don't know, I think most parents feel this way about their kids, but I never felt this way, like, really about myself. But I feel about my daughter that she's like a little joy maker. Like, she's interested in you. She wants to talk to you. She's super outgoing and social. And, like, she really wants to, like, make sure that you feel like you're a part of whatever is going on. Like, she just does that on her own. I can't even really take credit for it necessarily. I mean, those are the kind of things that I do try to, like, practice in my own life and also when I'm teaching her. But, like, it's really nice to see, like, she will talk to anyone and she'll be, like, kind, you know. Like, we met up, we went for a walk yesterday and we ended up coming across, there was like a developmentally disabled adult with his respite worker at the park. And, you know, I knew he had, like, some kind of a disability, but I wasn't really, you know, paying a whole lot of attention to it. I just said hi and, you know, made my way. And then my daughter, like, you know, she stopped and she just said, like, she had heard him say good afternoon to me. So then she stopped to, you know, say hello to him. And then she said, Mom, can I have the dog for a minute? So I gave her our little dog. And so she went over to him and she said, like, would you like to see my dog, Toasty? And, like, that's our dog's name. And, you know, I just saw the nicest kind of, moment, like, unfold. And the respite worker kind of looked at me and, you know, I could tell from his face that he just really thought it was a healthy kind of interaction. And it's stuff like that kids, they just really, they have a way of like really making you almost burst into tears in public. Okay, I'm happy with this. And then, yeah, so there was that. And then, I mean, I also find sometimes at playgrounds that like some parents are really like either kind of, you know, busy or distracted with their own things. It's their moment to like be somewhere where they don't have to like not pay attention to their kids, but like they don't have to be 200% on the whole time. They can kind of, you know, relax a little. And so that can translate into a few different scenarios. And I've had some be a little uncomfortable. Like, there was a dad at the playground one day, and he was on his cell phone, like looking at his cell phone, which, you know, that's fine. I don't judge you. Who am I? And his little girl was probably about 3, and she was playing with my kids, and they were having fun. And then she climbed up on this like high and kind of daunting part of the playground. It was like this, you know how sometimes instead of stairs they give you these weird like metal bars to climb, and that they can be all different shapes. So it was that kind of a structure, and like she was probably a little too small for it. He was standing not too far from her, but he was looking down. He wasn't really paying attention to what she was planning. Let's put it that way. So I always feel a little bit like, ooh, I don't want to say anything because this isn't my child. I don't want to like try to do your job for you. It's none of my business. And but then, you know, I did say, oh, you know, that's pretty high. Like, I try not to just generically say to kids, like, be careful. I mean, that is so ingrained in our brains just as a society. But I do try to, like, you know, actually say what I'm cautioning about if I can. I only remember half the time. But I just said, you know, oh, that's pretty high. You know, you need to watch where you put your feet. And so then the dad didn't really clue in to what was going on. And then out of nowhere, like a superhero, there came Grandma. And Grandma was not Dad's mom. She was Mom's mom, and Mom wasn't there. So this was like a mother-in-law situation. And like she just, like, I think when she heard me talk, it like keyed her into what was going on from like the sidelines where she'd been sitting on a bench or something. And she like really berated the dad. Like she really was like, you need to be paying attention and get off your phone and blah, 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 blah. It's not this lady's job to watch, you know, whatever her name was. And so, you know, at that point I was like, oh, you know, like I didn't even want to say, I wanted to say something to kind of defend him. And I wanted to say something like not to worry. I had my eye on, or we're kind of switching off or whatever, which, you know, I feel like we kind of naturally do. I know for me, that happens a bit because I have 2 kids. So sometimes, like, my husband and I usually kind of like, I take one and he takes the other. And that's how we sort of police what's going on. But that being said, though, like, it can still be a little challenging. I kind of like this is just like a flip that works like the room divider would work. And it's a journal card too. And it can just, did I say flip? I didn't mean to say flip. I meant to say like accordion. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think I'm just gonna like leave that as is. It'd be a cute little add-in. Oh, and if you see these bruises on me, I had to get blood work this week, and I have these little baby veins, and it's really hard to get blood out of them. So they always have to give me like a needle in the weirdest like placement on my arm. So I apologize for the bruising. Anyways, so yeah, that wasn't fun, and I felt really crappy. I was like, oh, like I didn't want to get you in trouble. But yeah, I'm just pulling this out of my scraps because I just kind of looked up and saw it, and I feel like this is a nice background for this. I mean, this is nice just on its own, but let's see what we can do with this. So yeah, that's my feeling on playgrounds. Mixed emotions. But I think I will just have to deal with my worries about the playground, because the kids really need that kind of interaction outdoors and stuff. It's nice. So did I just make this too small to be an effective background for this? I don't want to lose her arms. No, but nothing else could fit there. And I'm kind of like, I don't necessarily want to lose the background that's here with her, but maybe she's not the one for this, which is really sad, because I was looking at her thinking that's a nice way to go with this. I don't know what to do. I'm limited to scraps right now because I don't want to get up and find all my fussy cuts. Here is, hold on, what's this? This is a Mary Engelbright. That could be cute on there. What is this weird magazine that I'm holding on to? Did I keep it for this? I bet you I did. Almond cookie brittle. Yum! That looks really good and terribly unhealthy. I'll just set that aside and perhaps think about making it for the kids, but then I'll have like a little tiny piece. All right. Do the orchids, they don't really go. I'm just going to cut this out though, because that's what I saved it for. I know this image. All right. This is where the struggle happens. Okay, I don't know. That's kind of cool. Could be like a doorway. Look how cute that is, Richard Scarry. Oh my gosh. Let's go with this. This is kind of cool. I like it. Now I just need a background that is a little more firm for the backing here. Put her back. I honestly don't know if I have more than 10 things this week. I felt like I counted, I know I counted them before the video, but then as I was explaining to them to you, I was like, wait a minute, this feels like more, but I'm probably just imagining that. Okay. I'm also going to try to do some like make along with me videos like for the upcoming week if I can. I'm kind of working on a project I can't show you yet, so I'm a little bit struggling because my time is kind of divided between like working on something that I can film versus like working on something I need to get done right now. It's not always this way. It's just that things have been a lot more busy than normal. Okay, so yeah, we'll put this on here because it kind of looks like a doorway going into like this sort of stony wall building. And I like that. And she's like playing the harp. Not the harp, the organ. Yeah, that's kind of cute. And then I'd probably like put some lace or stitch around here. What do we have here? And that would just make a simple but lovely journal card. Not everything has to be like really complicated or anything. A word snippet might add. Let me grab my Tuesday 10 bucket is way too full right now, I have to say. I've added like a lot of stuff to it because what I tend to do, I put things in there when I finish a project, like if I'm making a book with a bit of a theme, or I've almost used up a whole book, I'll take the last few pages and I will put it in there. No. Good-hearted. These need to go over here. Okay. I wonder if I could make a little verse with these. Okay, so wondrous tales of legends of the great forest, and celebrated the seasons of their lives together. Yeah, I think I can. Okay. We have a lot of baby robins hanging about as every year in our backyard right now, and we have a mourning dove that is busy making her nest either in our tree or our neighbor's tree. And the other day she was even thinking about the eaves trough on the front of my house, which I was like, no, please. Even though it's in a place that actually wouldn't have a lot of impact. It's actually right outside my office window, and it's like the mini roof above the garage on the front of the house. It's not like one of the important on the side of the house kind of eaves troughs. I mean, honestly, the need for eaves troughs on my house it's kind of limited because there's no trees really except at the front that are very close to the house. So you don't get a lot of like leaf litter and that kind of thing. Obviously, you still need it just to direct the water down, but yeah, it's not so bad. So I did kind of try to have a little human to dove conversation with her about moving it out of my eaves trough, and she seems now to be quite focused on my tree, which is totally fine. Okay, and we'll stitch that after. My son is upstairs and he sounds like something he's upset about. But his dad's with him, and I don't know what's going on. See how long it goes, and then I may go upstairs for a minute and take a little break and just make sure he's okay. It's probably something to do with like wanting to play with a certain toy that my daughter's playing with, because that's what kids like to have kerfuffles about. So I'm just going to tear this into like journal card type shapes. That's cute. That's cute. And I want to harvest this for word snippets if I can. I love in the land of wonder wander. That's great. I may even use that here. Yeah. In an ocean way out yonder, as all sapient people know, is the land of wonder, whither children love to go. It's their playing, romping, swinging that giveth joy to me, while the dicky bird goes singing in the amphalula tree. So of all those words, I think I just want this, but I'll put the rest in my my scraps for collage, because I feel like this has the same kind of appeal as Edith Holden does. The text, it's just gorgeous. Yeah. So this will just tear the sides off and then pop it into my scraps. Okay. I'm going to glue this one on to, oops, here. I just realized this doesn't say in, it says is. So I'm going to take the is off the front. And just have the Land of Wonder Wander. Okay. I'll probably trim these into tags and back them. Okay. Hey, look, these butterflies down here. Yes, I'm sure you'd like to go there to see your feathered friend, and so many goodies grow there. You would like to comprehend. Speed, little dreams, you're winging to that land across the sea, where the dinky bird is singing in the amphalula tree. Okay, so I think what I want to do, which is kind of weird, I'm not a big fan of like weirdly named things like dinky bird. So I just want to get rid of that part. And the amphalula tree, it's kind of weird. I do like the rest of it though. So I'll keep that and maybe put it together with this. I don't know if I have. I wonder if this would go nicely on here. Not sure it's really the right colors. I think we need some kind of a background for this. So let's add more things to the mix here, you know, because I'm not taxed enough with 10. I need no, not those. Not that. Sorry, today's a little more struggle than anticipated. No. Hopefully you're getting a sense for just how much stuff I have back here in this bin, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, that could be nice. Hold on. I think I found something. Okay. Yellow flowers. That could be a nice little background for that. I feel like the light is a little too bright today. But I guess it looks okay. Okay. I'll stop fussing about it. Alright, I need my glue book. I don't like this either. Sorry. It needs blue maybe. Hold on, let me grab my scraps. I've got this scrap. This is kind of cool. What about... All right. This is like a page from a book that I'm working in right now. That I'm working on right now, I should say. And it talks about feathered friends, and we have a couple flamingos here. Now, I don't like this monkey. I'm not a big fan of monkeys. Because they freak me out, kind of. I don't know why. I'm just a strange person like that. Okay, let's cut the bottom off this. But I do like this. It's a really pretty dragonfly there, but it's a little close to the monkey. I don't. We're gonna get there. We're gonna figure this out. Let's just have faith in the process here. Okay. Get rid of our monkey friend. Get this cut out. Okay. Then, one more minute. No. Not long enough. What do I need? Okay, something with like colors that make sense for this. A little smaller, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go with this. These are just some digital prints of my my own making that are from a beautiful scarf that I have. I keep meaning to like make digital kits, but I just don't have the time right now. You can't do everything, you know? You just gotta do one thing at a time. And I'm okay with that. Okay. This would make like two nice pockets actually too. But I kind of want to keep it all together. Okay. So I think I will probably stitch around this and this, and it will just be like an interesting, like, I glued that on the wrong side, like journal card or something. I will back that with something. I mean, unless I just want to keep it that way and use it as a side pocket, it would be really cute. And then I could stitch here, and I mean, I'll decide afterward. But now let's tackle these real quick here, because what I'm thinking for these is actually pretty simple stuff. So first, let's just tear this off, and I want to glue this down. there. Not enough room. Okay, that's okay. Let's just cut these out. Good. Okay, 1 and 2. What else have I been up to this week? So I've been spinning yarn a lot because I'm trying to get ready for a show. I post pretty much daily on Instagram, like what I'm doing, and it's usually yarn these days. So I'm trying to get yarn made. My next yarns I'm going to be making are going to be, well, one's going to be kind of like themes of like pink and gold and green and cream, and it's going to have some nice freeform felt beads in it that I made that look like flowers. I'm hoping to get that one spun today. And then I need to make I'm going to make 2 Totoro themed yarns. Then I'm going to make a Pac-Man themed yarn, at least 1, maybe 2, depending on how many felted Pac-Man characters I have left. Most of my projects end up being handmade in various ways. There's a lot of different kind of prep work I have to do ahead of time. Like with journals, you know, you're doing paper dyeing and all that kind of stuff. And what I want to do with these, hold on, pardon my reach here. Okay. There's a teeny tiny button. Oops. Okay. I just want to go around them with a bit of yellow ink. There we go. And then that one I won't bother because I'm going to be stitching. Okay, so then those will go into the stitching pile. Done. Now, next, let's do this. Now, I need to grab 1 second. Sorry, that took forever. Okay, so the ever lovely Priscilla, this is a template of hers from something that I'm working on right now for an envelope. And I'm just going to use it as a template so I can make an envelope with this piece of paper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just stick a piece of washi tape, because it's kind of low tack, on the lovely side of my envelope, and then lay it on here to try to get as much of this tree as I can. There we go. Oh, no, it needs to come up again. Okay, there we go. Now we're in the right spot. You can do this with a regular envelope as well. You can just take it apart, open it up, and use it as a template. Or maybe keep a master template, like one that you can use again and again. I know they also make like punch boards for envelopes, but I do have a couple. I have a couple punch boards. Early days when I was getting into this, I wasn't really knowledgeable, and I guess what I would caution you against as someone who now understands what you do and don't need to make journals, I would caution against buying punch boards because the chances of you needing them are slim. I bought the tag punch board before I learned that, like, all you gotta do is cut a triangle off the top, put it on the other side. Like, why do you need a punch for this? You don't. I mean, the envelope one's kind of cool because you can make all different kinds of, like, shapes of envelopes. And, like, so, you know, sorry, I'm just taking this apart again. I don't necessarily have an issue with it, but there are some that are just honestly a little silly to me. Oh, come on, washi tape. Don't be too sticky now. There we go. Okay. I'll just do this to the side. Okay, and then I gotta get this off of here. There we go. So yeah, I would not bother with them. Usually there's a better, easier way. Because the other thing is, I find I never bother wanting to take them out. Like, I have them and I don't want to bother with it. And I also don't want to remember how to use them. Because, like, there's kind of a few instructions that you have to remember, like when you're using them, like how to use them, right? And I'm really kind of a fan, I think, of just like logically doing something, rather than having to follow instructions every time I do it because I forget because I do it so infrequently. Yeah, so something like this just to me makes a lot more sense. I'm going to fold it a little deeper. There we go. Sorry, I'm just looking at that. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to make an envelope with this. And I need glue. Oh yeah, my glues are super empty. I need to fill all of my glue bottles today. Necessary. I also think I have to maybe replace the bottle. I have one more of the Sugar Bell bottles that I keep my art glitter glue in. So I've been, not art glitter, sorry, my Fabri-Tac. I've been kind of trying to empty it out so that I can replace the bottle, I think, because I think something has gone awry here. As you can see, it's like squeezed out the sides, and I think there might be like a puncture, or the threading is messed up, so I have to like clean the whole thing off. Like, I mean, you can do it pretty easily. It looks worse than it is. This stuff just peels right off, honestly. But I think there could be like a puncture under here, or it's unhappy for some reason. It might be cross-threaded on the threads. So, but yeah, see, this is how, like with either 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac, any of the Beacon products, like the glues are really easy to deal with. Like, you know, they come right off. Not so easy on your fingers, as I show you all the time, but easy on the plastic. Okay, so yeah, I'm good with that little envelope. I just really loved how this very, you know, springy budding tree looks. Okay, what do we have left? We have 4 things left. Okay, 4 things, and this time around I haven't been like using them together, which often goes faster, but that's okay. I think I might try to do that with these 2. Rapunzel, because I might get rid of the witch climbing up Rapunzel's hair and just have Rapunzel. right. And then we need a backing. I might trim this down a little bit. It's kind of wide. I may even make this into a tag. I haven't been making many tags lately. I've been making a lot of journal cards. And I am trying to make slightly smaller pieces too that will fit into smaller journals, because I sometimes get a little bit too big. All right. So yeah, I think I'm going to take the bit that has the red in it. I don't really want the red. And I apologize if this is super shiny. I know it's magazine paper, so it's got a lot more shine to it than I would like. Okay, then I could put some packaging paper even behind that. I just want it to look a little more rustic. So there we go. I kind of like the collaginess of that. There's ink around here a little. And then the rest of today, I'm probably just going to try to get a little time in the studio when I have it, but I also have some homeschooling stuff to finish up with my daughter, and I have some house stuff to do, and oh, I don't know what else. Sundays are always a whirlwind. It's Sunday as I'm recording this for Tuesday. I find Sundays are just an easy day for me to kind of get a bit of time in the morning, because it's like a slow morning breakfast, and sometimes people sleep in, so I get a little bit of time in the morning. Before the hullabaloo begins of the day. Okay. All right. And I think this will all come together with some stitching. I'll throw a little bit of washi tape on the bottom just because this washi tape is particularly cute for this. And I could do some word snippets, but I don't want to completely lose that forest in the background. So I will let it be for now. I think I want to make this a little more narrow though, this side. Again, for the same reason, I'm just not wanting to make really big pieces. Okay, that's done. Okay, so now we have these guys. I'm like very tempted to just put some kind of comedic sayings above both of their heads. Which, let's see what kind of words I have here. What is this? She bade the creatures of the forest a fond goodbye. Okay. Wonder if I have a she I could add to this. That might be nice. Let's see what I have here. Let's get rid of all this stuff. I know I've got Tim Holtz people hanging about. Let's just glue this on here so I don't lose it. And decide what size this wants to be. So I'll put that here. And then I'm not going to have room for my she, whoever she is. I have to figure it out. All right. Today is a struggle. I wonder if I have something in my, hold on. Something in my ephemera here. I'm thinking like a stamp, like a fairy or something could be kind of cute, because like a fairy would be small enough to fit, and also like just a cute theme. Like I have these kind of things, but I think even this would be too big. Like, I mean, I could put her there, even though it doesn't make sense per se. I could even just remove her legs and have her like kind of as a behind the, let's try that actually. I kind of like the idea. Take her legs off because she looks like a ballerina anyways. And then I could have her like behind them. I have a plan. Hold on. So I don't want her like going over the horn, because it doesn't make sense that like if she's behind him. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut like, I folded this paper in half, right? So I'm just going to cut the first one, and I'm going to create like a slit here on that side of the horn, and then she'll go in here, see, and that will work a little better. Yeah, okay, so this is a sticker. So we'll stick her in here. Just trying to think about like how this would correctly make sense. Because I don't want to lose like her dress maybe. So hold on. Get rid of this. Yeah, that's what I want. There, okay, because now her dress looks normal. All right, now we need to glue the horn down. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now, I can just put a little bit of glue on this side. I'm going to stitch around this so I'm not like super worried about it, except for the horn. I might need to put a little art glitter on there just to hold that bad boy down. Alrighty. Okay, then we will clip this out. And I gotta put this away. Hold on. Sorry, I don't want to keep this here because I don't want to accidentally get like off camera. Okay, there we go. Now a little bit of ink. All right, so that's going to get stitched. I guess I could probably like straighten it out a bit though. It's a little wonky. That's better. That's better. There we go. Now we're straight. Okay, set that aside. One more thing to do. And it's this. Okay, I need like a focal point. I need something. What do I want to use here? What's this? This is from a really funny book. I think I'm going to use this. This is like a really funny book about like aristocrats, kind of like, it was like a book that looked like a children's book, but it definitely isn't. So let's just cut this off right there. And then we will fussy cut around here, roughly. And I want to add a bit of ink on the edges of this. Okay. It's going to make kind of like, I think, a freeform journal card or pocket. I'm not sure yet. But I like this sort of shape above her head with the heart and the little like roofy looking kind of thing. There. And then I think what I'll do is cut like this, and then I'll keep this. Yeah, this would be a really fun pocket. Totally. Okay, so then I just have to stitch around that. All right, everything needs to be stitched. we'll come back and I'll show you everything that we made. So just 2 seconds. Okay, everything is stitched around. So we made a lot of pieces. I'll count afterward, but here we go. I just stitched around the edges. She bade the creatures of the forest a fond goodbye. And then our Rapunzel, stitched around it a couple times. And I stitched around the envelope too, just because it does give it a nice finished look. And then our little pieces here from that vintage children's book, the Dicky Bird, 2 tags, little journal card, and a pocket. And then this one is kind of a bigger double pocket and a journal card. She celebrated the seasons of their lives together, wondrous tales and legends of the great forest. And then this one, I just left it as a fun foldy. And then our packaging here with the Tasha Tudor, I stitched around that. And then the bag, these 2 pieces here, just stitched around that one. And then lastly, our pocket here, these 2 charming ladies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces of ephemera. We did really good today. So thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you subscribed. You can find all my social media info down below, and I hope you have a really lovely Tuesday. Bye for now.